Shooby dooby doo. Let's go for a drive up in here. Bum. Neutral. Yeah, sounds good. Turn on the radio. What is going on, all? My name is Kurt. Welcome to another episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive, and an unfortunate one because it's another My Porsche Broke Again. As you guys saw in the intro, I recently got a check engine light in my car, and rewinding a little bit, I think this started well before my muffler deletes. I noticed there was like a weirdness in the idle that I had in the car. It wasn't crazy pronounced, but I would see like little variations when I was just sitting here idling, and I thought, maybe it's like a misfire or something. If it's a big issue, I'll eventually get a check engine light. Guess what happened? I got a check engine light. So now we get to troubleshoot what the problem is. The only thing I've changed recently are the muffler deletes, which should really have nothing to do with the way the car runs because they're post-cat, post-secondary O2 sensor. But I have a trusty code reader here. Actually, this is an El Cheapo AutoZone special. I plugged this into my BMW and it didn't read shit. So I don't know if this is going to read anything on my Porsche. You would kind of think not, right? But I'm going to try it because I want to find out what the codes are so we can figure out, hopefully, how to fix this. Plug it in, plug it in. All right, we're connected. I'm going to press read. I don't know if the key has to be in or not. I can't remember. I should probably read the directions, but let's be honest, I'm not going to. Reading 4 codes. P2189, P2187, it seems kind of close together. P2189 again, PD. I don't know what that means. Okay, so it's kind of like 2 of the same codes repeated over again. So let's go and look those up on the interwebs. Okay, so according to the interwebs, P2189 and 2187 are basically the same code, but different banks. And it's system 2 lean at idle. So not exactly what I was expecting. Like I said, I was kind of expecting like a misfire of some sort, but system 2 lean at idle is kind of interesting. So, you know, just looking at these generic things and thinking logically, I'm assuming some sort of vacuum leak maybe. But for it to be on banks 1 and 2 leads me to believe that, you know, it's pretty far upstream. It's not going to be like obviously one side or the other because both sides are happening. So let's pop the trunk, or what do you call it? Hood? Is it still a hood if it's in the back? Whatever. The engine cover, and let's take a look. All right, so let's take a look at the engine here. One thing I could do is remove this MAF and look at it and maybe clean it if it looks kind of dirty, or just clean it anyways. So I might do that if I don't see anything obvious. But the first thing I'm gonna do is just kind of look around for vacuum hoses or something that might be cracked. I mean, at this point, I'm just looking for something obvious, which almost never really happens. I don't see anything that looks cracked from here, but obviously I don't have the best view. I mean, the hoses are in pretty good shape, really. This is bothering me that it's not center. Seriously? Was that seriously just like laying there? Was that not on? Seriously? Dude, if that was it, like, are you kidding me? That thing was super loose and just chilling there. Okay, so oil filler cap was loose. I'm not sure how that happened. unless maybe it just vibrated itself loose. I changed the oil quite a while ago. Tightening the oil cap might fix the problem, but while I was in here, there were a few things I read online I could also do that certainly wouldn't hurt. I'm going to take off this air box, and then I'm going to clean the MAF. I'm going to inspect the air filter just because I haven't done that. And then I'm also going to try and clean the throttle body in case there's just some gunk on the throttle plate, and maybe that's causing a rough idle. The first thing I'm going to do is just remove this worm clamp that connects the intake to the throttle body. There we go. Pull this out. And this should just basically come straight up. There we go. Oh, and it definitely helps when you remove the MAF over here. Now let's first handle this MAF. It's just held on by two T20 Torx fasteners. There we go. With our MAF sensor out, go ahead and get yourself some MAF specific spray. I wouldn't mess with anything other than like something like CRC that's specifically formulated for this. And be careful not to touch any of these parts, like they're super sensitive, but you can just liberally spray this thing down with really no fear of spraying it too much. It just evaporates really quickly, but you can kind of try and get it from like all different kinds of angles. Bringing you guys up close to see the throttle body, and you could definitely see some gunk build up around the outer part. They're designed to be sort of a little bit open. You see like a little crack down there. Now I'm hoping that by cleaning this gunk up, that will smooth out the, just idle airflow when it's, quote unquote closed, but obviously still like there's a little bit of an opening. So what I did was just put a rag here to catch any crap that comes out, and I'm just gonna hit it with some throttle body cleaner. The directions say to spray it down, let it sit for a minute, let the solvents kind of try and dissolve all those, all that gunk and buildup. And then once it's, kind of set in there for a little bit, then you hit it again with some more burst to kind of clean it out. You can really see the crap down in there. This stuff actually does work. After I let the solvent soak in for a while, I took a rag and just cleaned the throttle body best I could. Now, fast forward a few days later, I am now driving the car without a check engine light. I will show you that now. What we did worked. We actually fixed my Porsche for basically free for some throttle body cleaner and some MAF cleaner. That's it. That's all we fixed it with. And obviously a little bit of troubleshooting, right? So it's a couple days later because the code that it was throwing takes a couple like cycles of the key, the car being fully cold to fully warm, several times, and it checks the code every time before it will like officially go away. So that's why it's like right when you start the car, the code isn't gonna go away. But anyway, I'm super pumped that what we did worked. We fixed my car for free. Keep that in mind, you 911 owners. I did see some other people on the forums that have had their oil filter, or sorry, not oil filter, their oil cap come loose, and then they got this code. So keep that in mind. What more is there to say? We fixed my Porsche for essentially free. I'm ecstatic, and I'm just gonna go for a drive and enjoy the nice day. Appreciate you guys watching. As always, tune in for the next episode of Eat, Sleep, Drive, where we will be doing some lighting mods to this 911. See you guys.